At some point, you stop reacting, you stop overthinking, you stop trying to make anything happen, and then something subtle shows up. It feels like nothing is happening, not in a frustrated way. You're not spiraling, you're not anxious, but there's a quiet observation in the background. Nothing is really changing right now, and because you're more stable, that thought doesn't pull you out of the manifesting state, but you still notice it. You go through your day normally. You're not checking constantly. You're not trying to force movement. But when you look at your reality, everything looks the same. No clear shift, no obvious progress, no visible confirmation, and that creates a subtle disconnect. Because internally, you've already moved. Your reactions are different. Your thinking is different. Your baseline feels different. But your external world hasn't fully reflected that yet. And this is where most people get confused. They start thinking, if nothing is happening, maybe nothing is actually changing. So they start looking closer. They pay more attention. They try to notice small shifts. They try to confirm progress. And without realizing it, they go back into monitoring. But this stage isn't about seeing movement. It's about something else. It's about stabilization before visibility. Because when something is actively changing, you usually notice it. There's movement. There are signals. There are differences you can track. But when something is stabilizing, it becomes less noticeable because there's less fluctuation. Think about how it felt before. When your state wasn't stable, you could feel everything. You had moments where you felt aligned, then moments where you felt off. High points, low points, shifts throughout the day. That felt like something was happening, but now your state is more even. There are fewer spikes, fewer emotional swings, and because of that, it feels like less is going on. Not because nothing is happening, but because there's less instability to notice. That's the difference. Progress at this stage doesn't feel active. It feels quiet, and quiet can feel like nothing if you're used to movement. So when you look at your reality and think nothing is happening, you're measuring the wrong thing. You're looking for visible change when the real shift is internal consistency. And consistency doesn't stand out. It doesn't demand your attention. It just becomes your normal. And that's why this phase feels uneventful. But uneventful is exactly what allows things to align, because you're no longer interrupting your state. You're no longer reacting to every moment. You're no longer trying to adjust yourself. You're just existing from a stable position. And from that position, things begin to organize naturally. Not in a way you track moment by moment, but in a way that becomes obvious over time. So if it feels like nothing is happening right now, don't try to change that. Don't try to create movement, because the moment you start looking for proof, you pull yourself back into monitoring again. And monitoring is what slows everything down. Instead, let it be quiet. Let it feel uneventful. Let your state stay consistent without needing to see anything yet, because this phase is where everything settles into place. And when it does, it won't feel like something suddenly started. It will feel like everything just showed up naturally. Subscribe and enter your manifesting state.